Hello everyone. Welcome back to MindPop English. I am Emily, your host for today. If you are new here, I would like to tell you that we upload a new English learning video every day on our channel to help you improve your English faster. Welcome to MindPop English. Today, we are diving into one of the most exciting and important skills for every English learner: how to speak English fluently at C1 level. Imagine this. You are sitting in a cafe in London or New York. Someone asks you a question in English, and you reply naturally, confidently, and with the right words. No hesitation, no searching for vocabulary, just smooth, fluent conversation. That is the goal we are working toward in this lesson. And trust me, with the right practice, you can absolutely get there. Many learners think fluency means speaking fast, but that is not true. Fluency means speaking clearly, naturally, and smoothly so that people understand you without effort. At C1 level, you should be able to express your thoughts in detail, explain opinions, and handle difficult topics without stopping too much. But how can we actually train ourselves to reach this level? That is exactly what this video will show you. Let's start with listening. Fluency is not just about speaking, it begins with listening. If you cannot hear and understand how native speakers use words, phrases, and intonation, you will struggle to reproduce it yourself. So, here is your first daily practice. Spend at least 15 minutes listening to English every day, not just passively, but actively. For example, choose a podcast, a YouTube video, or even this lesson, and repeat after me or the speaker. Shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques you can use. That means listening to a line, pausing, and then repeating with the same rhythm and pronunciation. This builds automatic response in your brain. Now, let's talk about vocabulary. At C1 level, you need more than basic words like good, bad, or nice. You should start upgrading your vocabulary. For example, instead of saying good, try excellent, outstanding, or remarkable. Instead of bad, use terrible, awful, or unacceptable. But here is the key. Don't just learn words in isolation. Learn them in context. Take the phrase, make a decision. At advanced levels, you can also say, reach a decision, or come to a decision. By practicing with collocations, you will sound more natural and fluent. Another important element is speaking practice. Many learners only study grammar or vocabulary but do not actually use the language. This is like reading about swimming without ever getting into the water. You cannot become fluent unless you speak daily. And here is a very practical method. Every day, choose a simple topic. For example, talk about what you did yesterday, explain your favorite movie, or describe your dream job. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Do not worry about mistakes. Just speak. Then, listen to your recording. Ask yourself, was I clear? Did I hesitate too much? Did I use basic words when I could use advanced words? This simple self-feedback will help you improve quickly. Now, let's add another layer: conversation strategies. At C1 level, you need to manage conversations like a native speaker. That means using expressions to agree, disagree, or give your opinion smoothly. For example, if someone asks, "Do you agree with this idea?" you can say, "I see your point, but I think there is another perspective. I am Alu." Or, "That's an interesting argument, however, I believe we should also consider." These transition phrases make you sound fluent because they give your speech structure and flow. Here is a quick practice for you. Repeat after me. In my opinion, the most important factor is. Now say, "I completely agree with you because." Now try. "I understand your view, but I would argue that." These are advanced connectors that make your English more professional and fluent. One more powerful tip: immerse yourself in English daily. Change your phone to English. Write your to-do list in English. Talk to yourself in English when you are walking or cooking. Fluency is not something you get in one day. It is the result of daily contact with the language. The more you expose yourself to it, the faster your brain adapts. Before we continue deeper into advanced speaking practice, let's do a quick exercise together. I will ask you a question, and I want you to pause the video and answer aloud in English. Ready? Here's the question. What is one goal you want to achieve this year? And why is it important to you? Speak for 1 minute. Use advanced words, connect your ideas, and don't worry about mistakes. The more you practice, the more fluent you will become. This is just the beginning of your journey to C1 fluency. In the next part, we will explore how to think in English, how to expand your ideas during conversations, and how to avoid sounding robotic or memorized. Stay with me, because the techniques I will share will completely change the way you speak English. Remember, fluency is built step by step, day by day, and with MindPop English, you are never alone in this journey. In the first part, we explored the foundation of C1 fluency: listening actively, building advanced vocabulary, and practicing speaking daily. Now, let's move one step deeper. If you want to sound fluent and confident in real conversations, you need to learn how to think in English. This is a skill that many learners overlook, but it is the key to breaking free from hesitation and translation. Think about this. If every time you want to say something, you first think in your native language and then translate it into English, your brain will always be 2 steps behind. That delay creates pauses, hesitation, and nervousness. The solution is to train your brain to process thoughts directly in English. But how can you actually do that? Let's break it down. The first strategy is to practice with simple sentences in your daily life. For example, if you are eating breakfast, say in your mind, "I am eating bread. This bread is fresh. I like the taste." Do not translate Just use simple English to describe what you are doing. Over time, your brain will naturally start forming English thoughts without effort. Start small, keep it simple, and repeat daily. Another powerful method is narration. As you walk through your day, narrate what you see and do in English. For example, I'm walking to the bus stop. The weather is sunny today. I feel a little tired, but I'm excited for the day. This constant exposure creates an English thinking environment inside your mind. You may feel strange at first, but with practice, it becomes automatic. Now, let's talk about expanding your ideas when speaking. At C1 level, it is not enough to give short answers. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like reading?" a basic learner might answer, "Yes, I like reading." But a C1 speaker will expand. "Yes, I really enjoy reading, especially historical novels, because they allow me to understand the past and imagine different worlds. I usually read for 30 minutes before bed. It helps me relax." End of SIME. See the difference? The second answer is more advanced, detailed, and fluent. This is what you should aim for in your daily practice. Here's a quick exercise. I will ask you a question, and I want you to answer with as much detail as possible. The question is, what do you usually do on weekends? Don't stop after one sentence. Add details. Explain why. Connect ideas. Pause this video, answer for 1 full minute, and then come back. This is how you stretch your fluency. Another essential part of sounding fluent is intonation and rhythm. Many learners focus only on grammar and vocabulary, but they ignore the music of English. Native speakers do not speak word by word like robots. They connect words, stress important parts, and use intonation to show meaning. For example, listen carefully. I didn't say he stole the money. Depending on which word I stress, the meaning changes. Stress on I means someone else said it. Stress on stole means maybe he borrowed it. At C1 level, you need to understand and use this skill. So, how do you practice intonation? Here's an exercise. Choose a short clip from a TV show or podcast. Listen to one sentence carefully. Then imitate the rhythm, the pauses, and the stress. Record yourself and compare. This shadowing exercise not only improves your pronunciation, but also your natural fluency. You will sound more like a native speaker and less like a textbook. Now let's focus on avoiding robotic speech. Many learners memorize long phrases or grammar patterns and then repeat them without emotion. That makes your English sound unnatural. To fix this, try to connect your answers to real emotions and experiences. For example, instead of saying, "I think technology is important," say, "Honestly, I can't imagine my life without technology. It makes my work easier, and it keeps me connected to my family." Notice how the second answer feels more natural, personal, and fluent. Here's a challenge for you. After this video, take any topic like travel, food, or technology and talk about it for 2 minutes. Focus on expanding your ideas, using emotions, and varying your intonation. This daily 2-minute drill will transform your fluency in just a few weeks. Finally, let's address one of the biggest fears at C1 level: making mistakes. Many learners think they cannot speak until their grammar is perfect. But here is the truth. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes in daily conversation. Fluency is not about perfection, it is about communication. If you focus too much on avoiding mistakes, you will never speak freely. Instead, practice speaking without fear. Correct your mistakes later, but in the moment, focus on keeping the conversation alive. Let's do one more practice together. I will give you a sentence, and I want you to repeat it after me with energy and rhythm. Speaking English fluently is not about being perfect. It's about being confident and clear. Repeat it several times, faster each time, until it feels natural. This builds automatic fluency. In the next part, we will explore advanced listening techniques, how to understand fast English, and how to train your ear to catch details like idioms, phrasal verbs, and cultural references. These skills will push your fluency to the next level and prepare you for real-life conversations at C1 level. Keep going, because every step you take brings you closer to fluency. We have already covered how to build the foundation of fluency and how to start thinking directly in English. Now, let's move to one of the most challenging parts of reaching C1 level: advanced listening. Many learners say, I can understand my teacher or a textbook, but when I listen to native speakers, they speak too fast and I get lost. Does this sound familiar? If yes, then this part is for you. Here is the first truth. Native speakers do not always speak like textbooks. They shorten words, connect sounds, use slang, and add cultural expressions. For example, instead of I am going to, they say I'm gonna. Instead of did you eat yet, they say jeet yet. At C1 level, you need to recognize these natural patterns. That is why advanced listening is so important. So, how do you train your ear to understand fast English? The first strategy is intensive listening. This means choosing a short piece of audio, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute, and studying it deeply. Listen once for the general idea. Then listen again and try to write down what you hear. Compare your notes with the transcript if available. Pay attention to the words you missed. Usually these are words that were connected or reduced. Practice this daily, even with just one short clip, and your listening ability will grow rapidly. The second strategy is extensive listening. Unlike intensive listening, here you just enjoy English without focusing too much on every word. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, or enjoy YouTube videos. The goal is to expose yourself to different accents, speeds, and topics. At first, you may not understand everything. That is okay. The important thing is that your brain is getting used to natural English sounds. Another powerful tool is shadowing, which we discussed earlier. But this time, focus on connected speech. Listen to how native speakers connect words together. For example, want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Repeat exactly the same rhythm and connection. By doing this, you will not only improve your listening, but also your speaking, because your mouth and ear are working together. Now let's talk about idioms and phrasal verbs. At C1 level, you will hear them everywhere. For example, a native speaker might say, I ran into an old friend yesterday. That means I met unexpectedly, not I literally ran. Or I'm looking forward to the weekend, which means I am excited about it. These expressions give English its natural flavor. To practice, write down 5 idioms or phrasal verbs each week and use them in your own sentences. Over time, you will sound more advanced and understand native speakers more easily. Let's try a quick listening exercise together. I will say a short sentence quickly, and I want you to repeat it exactly. Ready? What are you going to do this weekend? Did you hear it? Not what are you going to do, but what are you going to do? Now repeat. What are you going to do this weekend? Practice saying it until it feels natural. This is how you train your ear and your tongue at the same time. Now, let's address another problem. Different accents. English is spoken all over the world, and each country has its own accent. American, British, Australian, Indian, each sounds different. At C1 level, you should be comfortable with at least the most common ones. The solution is simple. Diversify your listening. Do not only listen to one accent. Explore BBC News for British English, NPR podcasts for American English, and YouTube creators from different countries. The more variety you hear, the stronger your listening becomes. Another key to advanced listening is predicting meaning. When you hear someone speak, don't wait until the sentence finishes to understand. Use context to guess the next words. For example, if someone says, yesterday I went to the, your brain should automatically prepare options like store, park, or office. This prediction skill will help you keep up with fast conversations. Now, here's a challenge for you. Choose a 3-minute English video today. Watch it once without subtitles. Try to catch the main ideas. Then watch again with subtitles and notice the words you missed. Finally, watch one more time without subtitles and repeat after the speaker. This 3-step method, listen, check, repeat, will improve your listening faster than any other technique. Remember, listening and speaking are connected. The better you understand, the better you can respond. At C1 level, conversations move quickly and you need to keep up. Do not be afraid of fast English. With daily practice, your ear will adapt. Just like muscles get stronger with exercise, your listening skills grow stronger with repetition. In the next part, we will move from listening back to speaking, but with a focus on confidence and spontaneity. You will learn how to answer unexpected questions, how to stay calm under pressure, and how to keep conversations flowing even when you don't know the perfect word. This is where true C1 fluency comes alive. So stay with me and keep practicing with MindPop English. In the last part, we focused on advanced listening skills, how to train your ear to catch fast, natural English. Now let's shift to one of the most important aspects of C1 fluency, speaking with confidence and spontaneity. Many learners can prepare a presentation or memorize a dialogue, but when they face a real conversation, they freeze. Why does this happen? It's because real communication is unpredictable. You never know exactly what the other person will say. That's why you need strategies to speak naturally and keep the conversation alive. The first strategy is to master filler phrases. Native speakers use them all the time when they need a second to think. For example, well, let me think about that. Or, that's an interesting question. Or, I've never thought about it before, but I'd say. These fillers give you time to organize your thoughts without awkward silence. At C1 level, you should use them naturally. Practice saying, "That's a great point, actually." Or, I guess it depends on the situation. And 2, these simple expressions make you sound fluent and confident even while you're thinking. The second strategy is paraphrasing. Sometimes you don't know the exact word you want to use, and that's okay. Instead of stopping completely, explain the idea in another way. For example, if you forget the word microwave, you can say, "the machine we use to heat food quickly." If you forget deadline, say, "the final day we must finish the work." Paraphrasing is an essential skill for fluency because it keeps communication moving forward. And often native speakers do this too. Now let's practice with a quick exercise. I'll give you a word and you try to describe it without using the word itself. Ready? The word is internet. How would you explain it in English if you forgot the word? Try, "It's the system that connects computers around the world so people can share information." See, you can communicate clearly even without the exact word. This is real fluency. Another important part of spontaneous speaking is confidence. Many learners know the words, but are too shy to use them. They think, "What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh at me?" Let me tell you something. Confidence is more important than perfection. People will respect you more for trying to communicate than for staying silent. And remember, even native speakers make mistakes. The difference is they don't stop speaking because of them. Here's a mindset exercise for confidence. Every time you feel nervous about speaking, tell yourself, "This is practice. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to grow." Repeat it before every conversation. Over time, your fear will shrink and your confidence will grow. Now, let's talk about fluency in unexpected situations. Imagine someone asks you a question you didn't prepare for. What do you do? The secret is to use buffer sentences that give you time. For example, "That's a tough question. Let me think." Or, "Well, there are many ways to look at it." These phrases buy you time, while showing you are engaged in the conversation. This is exactly what advanced speakers do. Another powerful method to boost spontaneity is topic expansion. Instead of giving short answers, try to connect your answer to a bigger idea. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like sports?" Don't just say, "Yes, I like football." Expand, "Yes, I enjoy football because it keeps me active, and it's also a great way to connect with friends. I usually play on weekends, and sometimes I even watch international matches. It helps me relax after a busy week." I-79. This extended answer sounds fluent and keeps the conversation flowing. Let's try it together. I'll ask you, "What's your favorite food?" Now, don't just say pizza, add details. Explain why you like it, when you usually eat it, and maybe share a memory related to it. Pause this video, answer aloud for 1 full minute, and then come back. This is how you train yourself to expand ideas naturally. One more element of advanced fluency is using your voice effectively. Don't speak in a flat, monotone voice. Use emphasis, emotion, and variation in your tone. If you are excited, let your voice show it. If you are serious, slow down and lower your tone. This makes your English not only fluent, but also engaging. Remember, communication is not just about words, it's about energy and connection. Here's a short practice. Repeat after me, but copy the feeling in my voice, not just the words. "I was so excited when I finally passed my exam." Now, "Honestly, I was disappointed with the result." Do you hear the difference? This vocal variety will make your English much more powerful. To summarize this part, use fillers to buy time, paraphrase when you forget words, expand your answers, and speak with confidence. These techniques will help you handle real conversations at C1 level without freezing or panicking. Remember, fluency is not about knowing every single word. It's about keeping communication alive, clear, and natural. In the next part, we will go even further and explore advanced vocabulary and expressions that C1 speakers use daily. You will learn how to replace simple words with more precise and impressive alternatives, and how to use idiomatic expressions to sound natural and sophisticated. Stay tuned, because this is where your English begins to sound truly advanced. In the last section, we focused on confidence, spontaneity, and strategies to keep a conversation flowing naturally. Now it's time to raise the level even higher by working on advanced vocabulary and expressions. At C1 level, you should move beyond the simple, everyday words that beginners use and start choosing vocabulary that makes your English sound precise, rich, and sophisticated. Let's start with upgrading common words. Many learners overuse words like good, bad, very, or nice. They are not wrong, but they are basic. Instead, try these upgrades. Instead of good, say fantastic, brilliant, or remarkable. Instead of bad, try awful, horrendous, or disastrous. Instead of very happy, say delighted or thrilled. Instead of very sad, say heartbroken or devastated. All these words are stronger and make your English sound more natural at C1 level. Here's a quick exercise. I'll say a simple sentence and you try to upgrade it. Ready? The movie was good. You could say, the movie was outstanding, or the movie was captivating. Another one. The traffic was bad. You could say, the traffic was terrible, or the traffic was unbearable. Practicing this every day will help you replace basic words with advanced ones automatically. Now, let's talk about collocations. These are word combinations that native speakers use naturally. For example, we don't say strong rain, we say heavy rain. We don't say do a mistake, we say make a mistake. At C1 level, you should know and use a wide range of collocations because they make your English sound fluent and correct. Try practicing with topics. For example, with work, you can say, meet a deadline, take responsibility, gain experience. With study, you can say, do research, take notes, pass an exam. These combinations are natural and advanced. Idiomatic expressions are another powerful way to sound fluent. They are phrases whose meaning is not literal, but native speakers use them all the time. For example, break the ice means to start a friendly conversation. Hit the nail on the head means to describe something exactly right. Bite the bullet means to do something difficult that you have been avoiding. At first, idioms may seem confusing, but when you start using them, your English will sound more authentic. Try learning one idiom per day, writing it in your notebook, and making your own sentence with it. Let's do a quick idiom practice. Repeat after me. During meetings, I often break the ice with a joke. Now, when she explained the problem, she really hit the nail on the head. And I didn't want to study grammar, but I had to bite the bullet and do it. Practice these, and soon you will be able to use idioms naturally in your own speech. Another important area is academic and professional vocabulary. At C1 level, you may need English for work or study, so it's useful to know more formal expressions. For example, instead of saying get better, you can say improve or enhance. Instead of start, say initiate. Instead of help, say assist or support. But here's the key. Don't try to sound complicated all the time. Use these words when the context is formal. In casual conversation, simple words are fine. The real skill is knowing when to switch between formal and informal vocabulary. Here's a practical challenge. Choose one topic you are interested in, like technology, education, or travel, and write 5 advanced words or phrases connected to it. For example, with technology, you could use artificial intelligence, cutting edge, user-friendly, data-driven, digital transformation. Then practice speaking about the topic using those words. This will expand your vocabulary in areas that matter to you personally. Another way to boost vocabulary is reading. At C1 level, you should not only read textbooks, but also articles, essays, and even novels. While reading, highlight new words, check their meaning, and write your own example sentence. This method not only gives you new vocabulary, but also shows you how it is used in real context. Over time, you will notice your active vocabulary growing and your speech becoming more flexible and advanced. Now, let's practice together. I'll give you a simple sentence, and I want you to transform it into a more advanced one. The sentence is, I want to learn English better. You could say, I want to improve my English fluency. Or, I aim to enhance my command of English. Both sound more professional and advanced. Try this exercise daily with your own sentences. To sum up this part, upgrade your basic words, master collocations, use idiomatic expressions, and expand topic-specific vocabulary. These tools will help you express yourself more clearly, naturally, and impressively at C1 level. But vocabulary alone is not enough. You also need strong grammar control to build accurate, complex sentences. In the next part, we will focus on advanced grammar structures, how to use conditionals, relative clauses, and advanced connectors to make your English more precise and sophisticated. These are the tools that separate an intermediate speaker from a true C1 communicator. Stay with me, and let's take your English to the next level. In the previous section, we explored how to upgrade your vocabulary, master collocations, and use idiomatic expressions to sound more advanced. Now, let's dive into another crucial element of reaching C1 fluency: advanced grammar structures. Grammar is not about memorizing rules, it's about giving your speech clarity, precision, and sophistication. At this level, grammar should become a tool that supports your fluency, not something that slows you down. Let's start with conditionals. Many learners know the basic first conditional. If it rains, I'll stay at home. But at C1 level, you should be comfortable using all types of conditionals, including mixed conditionals. For example, if I had studied harder, I would be more confident now. This sentence combines the past with the present. Or, if I were more organized, I would have finished the project on time. This mixes present condition with a past result. Using these structures shows advanced control of time and situation. Here's a quick exercise. Repeat after me. If I had prepared better, I would feel less nervous today. Now try creating your own example about learning English. Think, if I had, and connect it with I would. This kind of practice strengthens both your grammar and your fluency. Next, let's talk about relative clauses. At C1 level, you should use them naturally to add details and create complex sentences. For example, instead of saying, I met a teacher, she teaches English, you can say, I met a teacher who teaches English. Or, this is the book that helped me improve my grammar. Relative clauses allow you to link ideas and avoid short, basic sentences. They make your English flow more smoothly. Another powerful tool is advanced connectors. At B1 or B2 level, learners use simple connectors like and, but, or because. At C-hat level, you should expand to connectors such as nevertheless, in contrast, on the other hand, as a result, or in addition. For example, I enjoy living in a big city. Nevertheless, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. Or, he studied hard. As a result, he passed the exam with excellent marks. Oh, these connectors give structure and logic to your speech, which is essential in academic and professional contexts. Let's practice. I'll say a simple idea, and you try to add an advanced connector. The idea is, I like online learning. It is flexible. You could say, I like online learning because it is flexible. But at C1 level, you might say, I like online learning. In addition, it allows me to study at my own pace. See the difference? More professional, more fluent. Now, let's look at passive structure. At advanced levels, you should use the passive voice when the focus is on the action, not the person. For example, instead of saying, people speak English all over the world, you can say, English is spoken all over the world. This is common in academic writing and professional speech. Try another one. Instead of, they built this bridge in 2010, say, this bridge was built in 2010. All passive structures allow you to vary your sentence style and sound more natural at C1 level. Reported speech is also important at this stage. Instead of always quoting directly, you can summarize what others said. For example, direct speech. She said, I am tired. Reported speech. She said that she was tired. At C1 level, you should also be able to shift tenses correctly. He said he had finished the report. This skill is useful in meetings, storytelling, and academic discussions. Now, here's a short challenge. Take a simple sentence and rewrite it with advanced grammar. The sentence is, I will call you tomorrow. At C1 level, you could say, I'll give you a call tomorrow if I manage to finish my work early. Or, she promised that she would call me the next day. Do you see how advanced grammar lets you express more detail and nuance? But remember, grammar is not about perfection. It's about flexibility. At C1 level, you don't need to be 100% correct all the time, but you should be able to use complex structures naturally and confidently. The goal is not to impress with difficult grammar, but to communicate your ideas clearly and accurately in any situation. To practice grammar effectively, don't just study exercises. Use grammar actively in your speaking and writing. When you learn a new structure, try to use it in conversation the same day. For example, if you study mixed conditionals, talk about your life using them. If I had started learning English earlier, I would be even more fluent now. This makes the grammar real and memorable. To sum up this part, master conditionals, relative clauses, advanced connectors, passive voice, and reported speech. These tools will give your English depth, clarity, and variety. Combine them with your vocabulary skills, and your fluency will become much more powerful. In the next part, we will focus on practice strategies, how to create a daily study routine, how to stay motivated, and how to make sure your English improves step by step every single day. This is where fluency becomes a lifestyle, not just a skill. Stay with me, and let's keep growing together with MindPop English. So far, we've built a strong foundation, listening actively, thinking in English, speaking with confidence, upgrading your vocabulary, and mastering advanced grammar. But now we must answer the most important question. How can you actually practice every day in a way that guarantees progress? At C1 level, English must become a part of your daily life, not just something you study once a week. Fluency is a lifestyle. The first step is to create a daily study routine. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. Consistency is more important than perfection. For example, you can spend 10 minutes on listening, 10 minutes on speaking, 10 minutes on reading, and 10 minutes on writing. That's just 40 minutes a day, but if you do it consistently, the results will be powerful. The key is balance. Listening gives you input. Speaking gives you output. Reading builds vocabulary, and writing improves structure. Let's break this down into a simple daily plan you can follow. Step 1. Start your morning with listening. Play a short podcast or a YouTube video while you eat breakfast. Try to repeat 1 or 2 sentences you hear. Step 2. Speaking practice. Choose a topic, set a timer for 2 minutes, and record yourself speaking. Step 3. Read 1 article, even a short one, and highlight 2 or 3 useful expressions. Step 4. Before bed, write a short diary entry about your day in English. That's it. 4 simple steps, done daily, will transform your English. Now, let's talk about speaking partners. Fluency grows faster when you use English with real people. Find a language partner online or join a speaking group. If you can't find one, don't worry, you can practice with yourself. Yes, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing, share your thoughts aloud, or even argue with yourself about a topic. It may sound funny, but it works, and it forces your brain to think in English. Another powerful strategy is to set specific goals. Don't just say, "I want to be fluent." Instead, make measurable goals like, "I will listen to 1 English podcast every day," or "I will record a 2-minute speech every evening." When your goals are clear, your motivation becomes stronger. Celebrate small victories because every step forward is progress. Let's address the problem of motivation. At first, studying English can be exciting, but after a few weeks, many learners lose energy. How do you stay motivated? The answer is to connect English with your interests. If you love sports, listen to sports podcasts. If you love cooking, watch English recipes. If you love technology, read tech blogs in English. When English connects to what you already enjoy, practice feels less like study and more like fun. Here's a challenge. Today, choose one topic you are passionate about and find a 5-minute video about it in English. Watch it, take notes, and then explain it in your own words aloud. This exercise combines listening, vocabulary, and speaking, all in one simple activity. Now, let's talk about the importance of review. Many learners make the mistake of only learning new things, but never reviewing. At C1 level, review is essential to move vocabulary and grammar from your short-term memory to your active fluency. Use the spaced repetition method. Review new words after 1 day, after 3 days, after 1 week, and after 1 month. This pattern helps you remember for the long term. Writing is another practice many learners avoid, but it's extremely powerful. Writing forces you to slow down, organize your thoughts, and pay attention to accuracy. Even writing just 5 sentences a day about your experiences will improve your grammar and vocabulary. Then, you can use those same sentences later in conversation. Think of writing as preparation for speaking. Finally, let's talk about making English a part of your environment. Change your phone and computer to English. Follow English-speaking creators on social media. Put sticky notes on objects around your house with their English names. The more English you see and hear in your daily life, the more natural it becomes. Fluency is not just about practice, it's about immersion. To summarize this part, create a daily routine, practice with speaking partners or yourself, set specific goals, connect English to your interests, review regularly, and surround yourself with English. These habits will make your fluency grow every single day. Remember, it's not about studying for hours once in a while. It's about practicing consistently in small but powerful ways. In the next and final part, we will bring everything together. You'll learn how to combine listening, speaking, vocabulary, grammar, and daily practice into a long-term plan for success. I will also share some final motivation to keep you on track and confident as you reach C1 fluency. Stay with me, your English journey is almost complete. You've reached the final part of this journey, and that already shows your commitment. Most learners never make it this far, but you did. That means you are serious about mastering English at C1 level. Now it's time to bring everything together into one complete system you can follow for the long term. Think of this as your road map to fluency. Let's begin with the big picture. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about communication, connection, and confidence. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You need to sound like yourself. But in English, When you focus on expressing your ideas clearly and naturally, your confidence grows and people understand you. That is the true goal of advanced English. So how do you keep improving after this video? Step 1 is balance. Every week, make sure you practice all 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. If you only listen but never speak, you'll get stuck. If you only study grammar but never use it, you'll forget. Balance create progress. For example, you might listen to 2 podcasts, record 2 speaking sessions, read 2 articles, and write 2 short texts each week. That's a balanced plan. Step 2 is intensity. Once in a while, challenge yourself with something difficult. Watch a documentary with no subtitles. Have a 20-minute conversation only in English. Write a 1-page essay about a topic you care about. These challenges push your limits, and every time you succeed, your fluency grows stronger. Step 3 is reflection. Keep a learning journal. After each practice session, write down what you learned, what was difficult, and what you want to improve. Reflection helps you learn from your mistakes instead of repeating them. Over time, you'll see clear evidence of progress, and that will motivate you to continue. Now, let's talk about confidence. Many learners reach C1 level in grammar and vocabulary, but still feel shy when speaking. Remember, confidence is a skill, not a personality trait. You can build it through practice. Start with small wins, say a few sentences, then a short story, then a longer conversation. Each success will make you braver. Confidence grows step by step, not all at once. Another key is patience. Fluency takes time. Some days you will feel amazing, and some days you will feel stuck. That's normal. Think of English like fitness. You don't see results every single day, but if you keep going, the results always come. The people who become fluent are not the smartest or the most talented, they are the most consistent. Here's a mindset shift that will help you. Stop thinking of English as a subject you study and start thinking of it as a tool you use. Use English to learn about the world, to connect with people, to explore new ideas. When English becomes a tool, your motivation stays strong because every practice session feels meaningful. Let's imagine your daily routine 6 months from now. You wake up, listen to a 5-minute podcast, and repeat a few sentences. At lunch, you watch a short video and learn 2 new expressions. In the evening, you have a 10-minute speaking practice with a partner or with yourself. Before bed, you write 3 sentences in your diary. That's less than 1 hour in total, but if you repeat it daily, you will reach a level of fluency you never thought possible. Before we close, let me give you one final piece of advice. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Start now, even if you don't feel ready. Speak with the vocabulary you already know. Listen even if you don't understand everything. And write even if you make mistakes. Fluency is not built in the future, it's built today, step by step. So let's summarize the whole journey. You learned how to listen actively, how to think in English, how to practice speaking with confidence, how to upgrade your vocabulary and grammar, how to build daily routines, and how to create long-term success. Every strategy is simple, but when you combine them and practice daily, they create powerful results. This is the path to C1 fluency. Your next step is action. Choose one of the strategies from this video and do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week today. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. Remember, consistency beats perfection. Keep moving forward, and fluency will come. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. If you found value in this lesson, make sure to subscribe to MindPop English for more advanced practice. Together, we will continue to grow, learn, and achieve fluency. You are not alone on this journey. I am here to guide you every step of the way. Now, go out and practice. Your English future starts now.